There is information from the IMF about tokenization going on right now. And there are also a lot of stories about ISO Swift Canada moving to blockchain. Guys, this video has a lot of things. Let's start this way. Please click like if you find this useful. Let's go crypto. I want it. I believe in crypto because China will do it if we don't. It's also new. A lot of people like it. It's really hot. If you look at the market, it stayed much stronger when the market went down than other parts of it. I want crypto because millions of other people do too. I don't know if you know this, but Biden went after it violently and then changed his mind right before the election. People changed their minds when he became head of the SEC. Why? Because hundreds of millions of people use crypto and they wanted votes from those people. Please pay close attention. What was just said is 100% true. The Democrats tried to change their minds at the last minute because they knew that being against crypto would not go over well with voters. It didn't work. 50 million people in the US own crypto and want to safely participate in this environment. That's why we need the people we vote for to do their jobs, pass laws, and let this market go. Rapal says, guys, it feels like 2013. We're about to make a move that will go down in history. Get ready. Yes, I understand. Our cycle top sign is a long way from where it should be and so low that it's almost, well, I can't promise anything. The odds suggest that the future will be very good. There's no reason to be scared. And finally, the infamously dull ozone charts. The idea behind them is the same. There is more debt than ever before. Bills are being rolled over. The same thing's being done. There is no connection between each cycle and a half cycle. The liquidity cycle and paying off bills are what make it all happen. Here's what we get in each phase. The first banana zone, banana number 1, the second banana zone, banana number 2, and the third banana zone, banana number 3. This is where the bananas are. This is what happened in 2020. Please look quickly and are at these tops. It's important to know how quickly bull markets happen because a project may reach its peak within a few days and then start to fall. Other times it may reach its peak, then drop and try to reach the same height again. After that, there will be a double top and a dump. If you want to take advantage of these tops, you need to be ready and keep an eye on the market while they happen. Please don't get FOMO. If you do everything right, we'll move on to the next level of changes. After the next 35% drop, everyone on Twitter will ask, is it over? That time, you'll know for sure that it's over, but it's not over, even though everyone on Twitter says it is. We think that this will likely happen in Q1 or Q2 of 2026 because the business cycle has been longer and interest rates have been higher for longer. However, there are no guarantees. This would also fit with Trump's plans to try to win the midterms, so everything is set up for us. Don't give up. Trump will have to figure out their trade policy, tariffs, and other issues if they want to win the midterm. People on both sides of the line don't like tariffs because they know they add to the prices of goods they buy. In other words, the government gets all of its money from American companies that pay to import goods, and we pay those companies back. Companies need to figure this out more. It's a big issue for everyone, and I think they get that. I also think something amazing will happen in the next year or year and a half. I remember the market very well from 2022 because I was on vacation at the time while I was taking a break after a long break. Terra Luna happened to be in the middle of the ocean, which is what caused the market to really drop. But we need to be careful about those black swan events. Just pay attention, IMF. What you're doing is making it possible for banks to tokenize their assets on this network. This is also called data control. For example, you can turn a money market fund into a bond and you put money or stock into a token, then put that token on the network and let it move between people. There are already about 12 banks in Singapore that are customizing their assets on the network. It was reported a few months ago that Standard Street Bank is tokenizing their trade accounts. The UBS money market fund is now a tokenized fund partner in Ripple. The JPM term for this is tokenizing. But the switch is already on, and from a market efficiency point of view, you are getting rid of a lot of the systems operational routines. We don't want to get into the complicated legal or academic definition of what a token is. Instead, I see it as pure tech joy. You take that asset and put it on the network so that you can write down both the worth and the owner of an asset on the same ticket. Also, if I set up the network right, you can move the object between us without having to have people match up databases. I want to clarify something I said last night on the podcast. That's what's happening in Singapore. You can see that this is something that could change everything. We've talked about this on the channel for years. Also, why is this so important? I think a lot of people don't fully understand because they see crypto and hear bad things about it. They think it's just something, but you and I both know that when this value is tokenized, it will be added to the blockchain where it was before made tokens. When you add $1 trillion to the XRP system or something similar, the market cap will change by $1 trillion. Many people think that if you add $1 trillion, the market cap will also go up by $1 trillion. But we know that even $40 or $50 million can make a huge difference in the market cap. In this case, the market cap ratio will be used. Think about having a 25 or 50x increase. You can have a market cap of $25 trillion, 0 cents, or $50 trillion, 0 cents, with just $1 trillion, 0 cents in value. Things will go crazy, like XRP, Huron, Chainlink, and so on. These are the things that people will use. The World Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the BIS have all written papers about XRP. In other words, they need cash. They don't build their own chains because those chains don't have any cash. Instead, they work with HAR and go out and build these amazing communities with Ripple. The XRP ledger shows how Ripple works with US banks to help companies around the world. The study also looks at big financial companies in the US. There are a lot of big American banks. The movie says that Bank of America has teamed up with Ripple. Bank of America used to have the most assets of any bank in the country. JP Morgan, which is the biggest bank in the US right now, said it had worked with other banks on research to make bulk cross-border payments more efficient that say they are going to blockchain. JP Morgan has already done it. I don't know how else to get this message across, but let's keep going. This is important confirmation straight from Swift. The date for moving to ISO is set for November 2025 and will not be changed. If this were a real worry, ISO's date of November 2025 was going to be pushed back to 2026 or later. The news just came in that it's not going to be pushed back. This is the official date by which Swift and all the other big banks need to be on it. Some banks will probably miss the date, but the biggest ones will be on time. There are already some big ones that have made the jump. Why hasn't the value of my cryptocurrency gone up a lot? Why don't they use it? US banks couldn't. There are signs that banks in Germany are starting to tokenize value. And you'll see that a lot here in the US as well with Ripple and the XRP system. I think the DTCC wants about 8 SPARs